Welcome to Who Starts. The World Cup is getting closer and closer, so that means it's time to predict the starting 11 for the world's biggest nations. In this series we'll look at England, France, Germany, Spain, Argentina and Portugal. But today we're looking at the most successful World Cup nation, Brazil. Stay tuned for some surprises in our lineup. Let's find out who starts. Quickly, the best way to balance attack and defence would be playing a 4-3-3 formation. But first we have to decide who will be protecting that Brazilian goal. No position has been as hard to choose as the person trusted to stop goals pouring into the Brazilian goal like they did against Germany in the last World Cup. So that means Julio César is out. So it becomes a two-horse race between Manchester City's Ederson and Roma's Alisson. Ederson is having an amazing season with City, having only lost once in the Premiership. However, that game he did let in 4 goals. Ederson also boasts the most expensive defence of all time in front of him, so he should have a good record as a keeper. With that said, for most countries he would be their number 1. However, despite his obvious talents, it's Alisson that has been described as the Messi of goalkeepers. The right back position could be taken by Manchester City's Danilo or Corinthians Fagner. Both are solid in defence and very good in attack, but there's only one player that's owned the right defensive position for Brazil in recent years. Even though he isn't as good as he used to be, he's still world class. So Dani Alves' ability and leadership has to be added to our team. We think there's a rising star playing for Grêmio. Despite only one start for the Brazilian national team, most Brazilians will be happy to see Jeromel solidify a World Cup place and start. Next to Jeromel, we could place the experienced Thiago Silva. However, with PSG getting knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid, maybe it's time to give someone else a chance. That chance doesn't go to a youngster, but an older, experienced player like Inter Milan's Miranda. He wasn't picked for the last World Cup, but he's having a good season and Brazil could use his experience. At left back, let's not waste any time. There's options in Juventus' Sandro or Atletico Madrid's Luiz, but there's only one player that can play left back for Brazil these days, and that's Real Madrid's Marcelo. We all know how great a player he is, and he's going to be their first choice. At the centre of Brazil's exciting and flowing attacks needs to be someone to do the dirty work from defence to attack. Diego Rebic would be a great fit. He's having a great season with Flamengo. However, the man who was a terrible player at Tottenham moved to the Chinese Super League to end his career, but surprisingly was signed by Barcelona and is now playing in a Barca team that hasn't lost a game this season, is the man to be the centre of Brazil's midfield. That man is Paulinho, a box-to-box midfielder who has a winning mentality since joining Barcelona and can carry Brazil back to World Cup glory. An easy and prestigious choice for the centre of Brazil's 3-man midfield would be choosing the highly rated Real Madrid midfielder Casemiro. However, Real have been playing better in the Champions League, but in the league they've been pretty poor. So maybe Grêmio's Arthur could be a good fit. But last year, whilst playing on loan for Sao Paulo, there was only one player that single-handedly saved them from relegation. The player they should choose is Onefootball. He'd be great for Brazil and make them truly solid whilst attacking. The only problem is he's back in the Chinese Super League, so maybe he won't get a chance to go to Russia. With that said, if he is chosen, we could partner him with a Chinese Super League player like Renato Augusto. However, there's actually another player acting as a midfield defensive wall for a team playing comparable to Barcelona. Manchester City's Fernandinho is looking young and fresh despite being in his 30s. His experience can lead and protect the more youthful Brazilian attackers whilst they try and win the World Cup. Now for the front three. Brazil has had so many great players throughout the years, from Pelé, Romario, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho and many others, but it's the time for the new generation to secure their legendary status. Up front, there's only one man that will be tasked to lead Brazil's attack, carrying their hopes on his £200 million shoulders. But if he doesn't recover from injury, the likes of Jonas from Benfica, or Durando from Flamengo, or Luan from Grêmio could step up to lead Brazil's attack. But the Brazilian doctors have said his operation has gone well so far. He was a star at last World Cup despite Brazil's disappointment and him missing the crucial game against Germany. He'll be back with a point to prove this World Cup. On the right, we could have Chelsea's Willian, who Mourinho wants to come join him at Manchester United, or Douglas Costa, who's been playing brilliantly for Juventus whilst on loan from Bayern Munich. However, we have to go with Barcelona's expensive signing Coutinho, who's been playing brilliantly for Liverpool before he moved to Barcelona and he's starting to settle in at the new camp. So by the time the World Cup comes, he'll probably be even better. Before we get to our last player, make sure you download the Onefootball app in our bio to make sure you stay up to date with all of the World Cup stories and football news from around the world. On the left side, there's equally a tough choice to make. Richarlison has been a revelation this season for Watford, but maybe he's too inexperienced to be starting at the World Cup. Maybe Gabriel Jesus could be the right man to grab Brazil that crucial goal. When he's fit, he's dynamic for Manchester City. However, he isn't always City's first choice option, so it has to go to 1/3 of Liverpool's dynamite attack. Firmino has been on fire for Liverpool, even if he's been in Mohamed Salah's shadow. He has still been scoring goals, getting assists, and generally solidifying his place in our potential Brazilian lineup. So that was our lineup. Let's know your thoughts on who you think should start, and check out the other teams in our series. I've been Anton Allen, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again another day. Peace.